I was on my way home from work. It was getting late. The streets were empty. I had just taken a different route to avoid the construction on my usual path. As I was walking, I felt someone watching me. I quickened my pace, but the feeling only intensified. I tried to tell myself it was just my imagination, but the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I took a glance over my shoulder and saw a figure in the distance. Someone was following me. I picked up my pace, but he was still following me, matching my every step. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, my mind racing with thoughts of what to do. I was only a few blocks away from my house, but he was getting closer. I reached into my bag and grabbed my pepper spray, just in case. I didn't want to use it, but I knew I had to be prepared. As I got closer to my house, he was now just a few steps behind me. I could feel his breath on my neck. My heart was pounding with fear. I turned around to face him, but there was no one there. Confused and scared, I continued walking. After I made it home, I went to the living room and sat down on the couch. I was trying to relax and calm my nerves, but as I looked out the window, I saw a figure standing in the darkness. My heart skipped a beat and I froze, unable to move. I tried to get a better look, but the figure was shrouded in darkness and I couldn't make out any details. I quickly got up and ran to the phone to call the police. My hands were shaking as I dialed the emergency number. After I hung up, I thought I would be safe now since the authorities were on their way. But as I turned to make my way back to the couch, the light suddenly went out. I felt a hand grab me from behind. I tried to scream, but a rough hand covered my mouth, muffling the sound. I could feel the cold metal of a knife pressed against my throat. The attacker whispered in my ear,
"Don't make a sound. Hand over your purse and phone."
My mind raced with thoughts of how to escape, but I knew I had to play along for now. I nodded my head to indicate that I understood. The thief made his way to the door and left before the police could arrive. Around 5 minutes later, the police cars came but couldn't find anyone. They told me that he was probably just a thief. But I couldn't overcome the sensation that it was something more than that. This incident changed my whole life. I knew he was there to kill me, and he knew where I lived. I never set foot in that house again. I had to move to a different state. The fear and uncertainty of not knowing if he would come back for me haunted me for a long time. Three years ago, I was at a small town hospital helping my friend. She was there for cancer treatment. The hospital was ancient. While we were there, my friend needed to use the bathroom. So I escorted her and left. I waited for her at the hospital room. When my friend came back in, she looked horrified. She said she heard the bathroom light turn on and off. She thought it was me messing with her. But when she opened the door, no one was there. The other stall was locked from the inside. She said she heard whispering, but it sounded like a foreign language. I thought she was just hallucinating, to be honest. However, I later found out from a nurse that the bathroom my friend used was actually out of order and had been locked since a terminally ill patient had died in there 2 days ago. The nurse told me that my friend must have been tired and insisted that we should stay at the hospital for the night. I told her that I was taking my friend back home, but the nurse told me repeatedly that it would be best if they could take care of her for the night. I'm not a doctor, but I didn't understand why she was so persistent. Even if my friend was really hallucinating, it was best that we left. It's been 2 years since we lost her. She never learned any of what the nurse told me. Sometimes wonder if what she saw or heard were true prior to her death.